This situation is already so out of control, but I want to get into what Michael Lewis, who is the author of The Blind Side, the book that the movie obviously was based off of, said about Michael Oher and his decision to sue the Tuohys. Spoiler alert, it gives racist dog whistle tease, but we should not be surprised by that. Alright, so this is coming from The Guardian. Writer Samantha Subramanian sat down with Michael Lewis, who is the author of the Blind Side book. And so the Guardian article is this long write-up that focuses on a lot of stuff in his career, but I just want to skip to the part where he talks about the Blind Side and all the controversy and everything that's happening and Michael Oher suing, and just get into the weird shit that he was saying. So let's start here. The article says, the Tuohys have called Oher's allegations hurtful and absurd. In his own book, Oher had wondered why the movie showed the Tuohys explaining the basics of football to him, even though he knew the game well. Oher's allegations in his lawsuit made the film out to be that ugliest of things, a white savior project that actually screws over its black protagonist. So the author of this article says, Lewis's book is obviously The Blind Side is more nuanced than the dreadful film, but by the time I met him, The Blind Side had been so thoroughly pilloried that I thought he'd be reluctant to talk about it. In fact, he kept bringing it up himself. Over lunch, a couple of days after the Auburn game, we sparred cordially over whether he'd given Oher short shrift in the text, and continuing to call him Big Mike even though Oher hates that name, for instance, or in quoting him so little that the story is told almost entirely through the Tuohys. Lewis said that Oher spoke so sparingly that, quote, he was not a strong voice on his life. He didn't tell his story. I had to go dig out his story, and I did it all with his permission. As writer Lewis turned Oher's reticence into literary virtue. Okay, girl. He said, into a narrative framework in which we see Oher through the eyes of those around him. And I'm like, groundbreaking. You silenced a black character in your shit. And it's not even a character, it's an actual person. You see what I'm saying? Groundbreaking. Anyway, so the author apparently recalls Oher as a shy young boy and found it hard to square that memory with the Oher behind the lawsuit. So keep in mind, I'm going to keep reiterating that Oher is suing the Tuohys and everybody. He's just like, I want every coin. I want an accounting of every coin that they made off my name. And I want it to be paid back. Not only do I want it to be paid back, but I want interest on top of what the fuck they got off my fucking name. So this is the lawsuit that the author is referring to. And this is the bullshit that he said. What we're watching is a change of behavior. This is what happens to football players who get hit in the head. They run into problems with violence and aggression. Lewis said that it wouldn't surprise him if we were seeing some confluence of Oher's history in football with other campaigns that stoke claims and lawsuits like this. Perhaps some lawyer of Oher's figured the time was ripe to sue the Tuohys, Lewis speculated, or perhaps Oher realized people would get behind him if he makes these accusations. So first y'all try to paint Oher as this bumbling idiot who didn't know, in the movie, y'all tried to paint Oher as this bumbling idiot who really didn't know how to do anything, didn't know football. He didn't really want to speak. He's just gentle, meek, and kind. He didn't want to hurt anybody. He couldn't hurt anybody. Then you gonna come over here when he's ready to sue the fuck out of y'all bitches for putting his ass under fucking conservatorship and for making coin off of his ass while he was unable to make financial decisions for his goddamn self. You want to come out here talking about, oh, he's violent and aggressive. Bitch, we done heard that shit before. We done heard that shit before. You gonna have to come up. You gonna have to use another dog whistle, bitch. Niggas done heard that shit before, bitch. Y'all done used up that aggressive, mad black, angry black woman, scary black man. You done used that shit up for so. Y'all gonna have to come up with something else, bitch. We done see right through that bullshit. And the reason why, what was crazy to me is that it didn't take much pushing for the mask to fall off. You see what I'm saying? Like, it didn't take that much tugging for y'all to jump to the scary black man, aggressive black man, violent black man trope, bitch. Like, are you serious? and implying that his mental state is fucked up because he got hit in the head too many times. And it's just like, okay, even if he got hit in the head a lot, let's just go with this stupid ass argument. Even if he did get hit in the head, right? Would that take away from his argument? Absolutely fucking not. Would that take away from the fact that the judge who ended the conservatorship on record said that in her 40-something year career, she ain't never seen no bullshit like this. She said she was shocked that the conservatorship even happened. She was shocked that it was even allowed to go through. This is on record from a judge. So y'all can talk as much as y'all want to talk. Y'all can talk about scary black man this, aggressive black man that. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. But the simple fact is that on record, a judge said that this shit should have never happened. If he takes that shit to the courts, he's coming for every red cent that you stupid bitches got. He's coming for every red cent that you bitches got. The court of law already said this bullshit should have never happened. He gonna take that straight to whatever other court, whatever other cases, whatever other official he needs to take it to. And that's just gonna substantiate his fucking claims, girl. That's just gonna substantiate his claims. Like, y'all was talking about how sweet and nice and wonderful he was and how he's a part of your family, even though y'all ain't fucking adopt his ass. Y'all put him on a conservatorship. Y'all talking about how sweet and nice and we made him, we just did so much for him. Da, 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 da. And then now all of a sudden he's this big black scary man. Now all of a sudden he ain't sweet no more. He's just this evil, vindictive, aggressive black man, girl. Y'all gonna have to come up with something else. Y'all are gonna have to come up with something else, bitch. Like, it is so obvious the fact that it's so obvious how y'all are flailing right now. Like, if that's what it feels like. You got this author sitting up here knowing good and well, right, what the judge said, the fact that the conservatorship ended, knowing good and well what's going on, gonna look in our faces, gonna look in Michael's face and act like we're the ones who delusional. You got to be kidding me, bitch. No matter how many footballs hit Michael's head, bitch. Bitch, y'all put his ass under conservatorship. What's the tea? What's the tea? And y'all teaming up. Y'all got this black man going on the fields for y'all ass, and you're making money off his ass. Even like I said, when I first talked about the fact that this conservatorship even happened, when I first talked about it, I was talking about how I watched a movie and I was like, why would these Christian, you know what I mean, Bible thumping ass whites have this big black man rolling around in their house, girl? And this explains everything. The fact that they had taken control of all finances, put his ass under conservatorship. Of course they would have his ass and be showing him off like a fucking show pony and shit. Of course you're making coin off this motherfucker. So it's actually terrible. And for the Tuohys to come out here and say, oh, well, he wouldn't have been able to play if we didn't do this, da, da, da. Y'all, I hope that he drags y'all straight back to hell. I hope that he drags y'all back to the demonic place that you bitches look like y'all fucking were born in, bitch. Take your weird racist asses. Let me tell you something. Take your weird racist asses. Get it out of my face. Get your weird racist asses off the internet, out of these interviews. I want you to go straight to the fucking bank and do a wire transfer from your account to Michael Oher's. And once that's done, you can shut the fuck up forever. Period. Period. Anyway, I'm done. But I'm so serious. Like, these people are so weird and evil. Okay? But I'm done. On that note, thank y'all so much for watching. Love you so much. Check out my description box for everything, and make sure that you have a good goddamn evening.